Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy, and I'm grateful they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a simple, no stamping card for you featuring pumpkins. So let's get right to it and we'll go to our project. All right, so here is the one that we're going to be doing today. Isn't it cute with the pumpkins all over there? So it's a really simple card. There's a little bit of die cutting, but other than that, there is no stamping at all, and it's really, really simple. So I've got all my pieces pre-cut here, and what we're going to start by doing is doing just a little bit of die cutting. So I'm going to take this piece of Cajun Craze paper, this is cardstock, and I am going to cut out the words that say pumpkin season right there. So I'll bring my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine over and we'll cut that out right away. I figured a pumpkin card would be just the thing for this week since we're in the middle of fall and also we have Halloween coming up with all the pumpkins. And also, there is this set of dies. So this set of dies goes with the More Than Autumn stamp set, and it has all these wonderful words. So I will take some of these out so you can see them. So this word here is pumpkin. You can sort of tell what it is there. So I'll take that one out, and this one says season. There are also some other great words here. Apple, there's hot cocoa. There's spice, so you could have pumpkin spice, or you could have apple spice or hot spice. You could put all these different things together any way you wanted. And the rest of the dies go with the stamp set. And if you're interested in seeing the stamp set, I can show you that a little bit later. But these dies are on sale for just a little less than $20 right now. So it is a steal because most die sets go for, well, twice that or more. So it's a really good deal. When they are sold out, they will not be restocked, so they'll retire for good, and then they won't be available anymore. But for right now, they are a super good deal, and I really like these word dies. Maybe you can tell me in the comments if you're watching, do you like word dies as well? I think they're just really fun to use, and then you don't even have to stamp. Oh, hi, Kathy. I'm glad you could join today. I have a simple fall card today starring our seasonal pumpkins. So I really like pumpkins. I like pumpkin spice in coffee. I like pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin really any way I've ever had it. I just find pumpkin really a nice flavor to go with. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool here, and the pointy end I'm going to use to just poke through these little holes. It'll take out all the circles from the letter O or the letter E, and it'll also dislodge the die, and I'll show you in case you haven't seen before. So ones like this will dislodge the die from the paper. So it's really, really nice. Oh, you like the word dies too, Kathy? Yeah, I just think they're so much fun to work with. And you can make them in any color you want. Just use your colored cardstock, so I just find them really helpful to use. All right, so there's the word season. Now we've got pumpkin, so let's punch that one out too. So it's a little bit of work to just punch these things out, but it's not hard. And this tool helps a lot because it's just the right size for poking all these out. I know that Red Green says any tool can be the right tool, but sometimes having the right tool is important, and I think this is the right tool for the job. I really like it. All right, and there's the word pumpkin. So easy as that. We have the two words, pumpkin and season. I'm just going to move all this paper out of the way and our dies to the side, and then we can keep going. So I'm going to put the cover back on my tool here as well. And if you're looking for the supply list for this, just click through where it says learn more, and I have a full supply list there. I'll also have a copy of this video later because you may have noticed that videos don't stay up beyond about a month or so now on Facebook. So I do upload them to another platform and make them available in my blog post. So this one here was cut with some dies as well. So it's this set of nested rectangles and a few squares as well. And this is called Perennial Postage Dies. It's one of the sets I use the absolute most. I find they're so helpful to have. All right, so we've got that. Oops, there's the middle of the A there. And what we're going to do first is just take this panel, this die cut panel, and adhere it to our Cajun Craze panel. So you could use a liquid glue for that, or if you wanted to, you could use Stampin' Seal like I'm using here. So either one would work. And if you're looking to get the supplies for this or any other card, I should tell you too, this is the last week for a fantastic deal that's on. The best joining deal Stampin' Up! Has ever had. They've called it their greatest joining offer. You don't have to sell to join, and you just pay $48, no shipping, and in most places no tax either. And you get to choose $165 worth of items. So that's a lot. $48. Most places in Canada will just pay that flat fee, no tax, no shipping, and you get to choose $165 worth of stuff. So I have a link here in my post, and you can click through to that and find out more about the deal, or feel free to message me. I'd be happy to tell you about it. I think it's the best deal you can get in terms of buying things from Stampin' Up! And then you get to join Stampin' Up! You have exclusive access to events, to ordering several weeks early for every new release. You also join my Creative Cafe team, and we have a $15 a month card class that you can participate in if you like. So lots and lots of fun perks, ways to get to know other crafters across the country and, in fact, across the world. So I've found Stampin' Up! To be just a stellar company to be part of. They're so generous all the time. Okay, so I am going to put some foam adhesives here. These are called Stampin' Dimensionals. And I put one on each of the four corners, and then I put one in the middle so that when you post it, the postal machines don't push it down so that it sags in the middle. And you can see I'm just using my scissors here to cut the leftover bits because they stick just as well as the hexagons. So I use every little bit on that sheet. So we're going to stick this to our card base. And I wanted to mention to you, this card base is actually very vanilla. So it's not white, it is actually vanilla. And I don't often use that color of cardstock, so I was really happy that the paper we're going to go with, our decorative paper, actually has that color in it. So we can match it up with these beautiful fall colors. Okay, so you can see I have these strips of paper here. This, oops, I think I just knocked off one of the embellishments. Where did I put that? Oh well, I'll add another one. Sorry about that. But these are strips of a paper called Autumn Toile, T-O-I-L-E, and it's a beautiful paper. So I've got my little strips pre-cut here, and I'm going to put those on. And I'll show you another pattern that's in that set as well. It's the only one I have left. I've used all the other ones, so I'm sorry I can't show you the rest, but that tells you how popular it is and how pretty. So you've got these little foxes, and then on the back it's just got this nice striping. So kind of neutral colors, looks really good with fall things. All right, so what we're going to do is take a couple of these strips and put one at the bottom and one at the top. So you can just choose whichever strip you think should be where. I think maybe it would look better that way. Yeah, I think I like that better. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a matter of preference, really. And I am going to put a strip of glue on that one and then put it on. So you can measure these if you like. I'm not somebody that likes to measure them all. I am able to eyeball it most of the time. But if in doubt, please go ahead and measure because you don't want to be wondering if it is going to look good. Some people like measuring and others don't. So what I think is everybody should do what feels good for them. There's no one right way. That's one thing I really like about card making. So there you go. And now we've created a strip in the middle. So what we're going to do is take our pumpkin season here And we're going to stick that in the middle. Okay, so we're going to use our multi-purpose liquid glue to stick that on. And you really only need a tiny, tiny amount of this. That's already too much, so I'm going to spread that out. So if you can just get tiny drops. There is a fine-tipped glue you can also get from Stampin' Up. And I should mention, everything I use in my videos, unless I say so, is from Stampin' Up. I like to show you all the full range of what they have. And also, when you join with them, you get a discount on things that you buy. So it's actually less expensive if I just use their stuff as well. All right. I find it's a very high quality too, and that's one of the things I like about the company. They're so particular about their quality that they'll even take something off the shelf that has been on offer if they think it doesn't meet their standards. So I think that that's a pretty amazing kind of commitment to quality. So this glue sticks really well in tiny amounts. And I find that when most people start card making, and I have no doubt I was like this as well, they tend to use a lot of glue. And really, if you have a high quality glue like this one, you don't need very much, and it'll last for a long time as well if you just use little bits. I think probably most of us were taught to use a lot of glue in elementary school or kindergarten, and we kind of never emerged from that stage in terms of how to use glue properly. So that's just a little tip to use it very sparingly, and it actually sticks really well. So I'll show you what I'm doing with all these little dots so you can see it a little better after I finish it. So I would love to hear where you're watching from today and whether you like to eat things that have pumpkin in them as well. Maybe you like pumpkin spice, or maybe you really don't. I know people either love it or hate it. Usually they're not, kind of on the fence. So that'd be another fun question, whether you like pumpkin spice. And no judgment from me. Everybody is different. So I'm just curious to know whether you like pumpkin things or not. So here are the tiny, tiny little dots of glue that I put on. So you really don't need much, just a little bit. Okay, so let's put this on. And you don't even need to fuss too much about whether the words are straight, because as you can see, it's such a funky font that it isn't really straight across anyway. It's kind of up and down and everywhere. So that makes it much easier. Okay, so we've got that done. Now let's put on our embellishments. Now, oddly, look at the name of these embellishments. Strawberry Slush and Pretty and Pink Gems. Now that doesn't really sound like fall colors, and it certainly doesn't sound like pumpkins. But the interesting thing about these embellishments is there aren't just the two pinks in there. There's actually a third color that they don't name. So I'm going to show you that. So here's the Strawberry Slush, the Pretty and Pink. And then there are these transparent, clear ones that have gold in the middle with a little sparkle. And that's what we're going to use today. So I'm going to use a small one over here, say. Oops, I didn't get that on very well, did I? Okay, so I'll put that small one there. And I'm going to take a large one and put it down there. Then I'm going to take another small one and put it kind of over here. And I'm just making this up, right? You could put them wherever you like. If you'd like them done differently, then please go right ahead. You do you. So I'll put it like that, trying to keep them kind of the same distance apart. So two there, and then I think I'll put a couple more, maybe over here. Yeah. All right, so I'll take another one here. So I'll put one right there. And maybe one kind of like that. Is that a good position? Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Okay, so I'm just going to move this one off and I'll show you my new card that I've just made. So I've got the 2 here, 2 here, and 2 more here. So it just makes a little subtle bit of bling there. So that, my friends, is the end of our card. So again, the joining offer, that's only $48 and you get to choose $165 worth of items, is on until October 31st. So if you're interested in that and you have some questions for me, please let me know. You can also click through on the link that I've provided in this post, and it has an FAQ section, so frequently asked questions, and answers a whole bunch of those as well. And I'd love to welcome you to my happy little team. We have a team of about 12, so it's really nice, and we get to know each other really well, so that's always very fun. All right, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope you have a wonderful Halloween this week as well. Okay, bye for now, friends.